Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Matt Johnson, mattjohnsonsales.com, located here in Emporia, Kansas, here for episode number 8 of Car Confessions. And today we will be discussing the differences of buying a new vehicle or a used vehicle, what to look for, and what questions to ask and what to keep in mind. So just like last topic I talked about and discussed, I looked at multiple different resources before coming up with this, and then just kind of put everything together. The 4 questions that I saw the most common through all my resources, and to keep in mind when you're going through this process, is what are your needs? What type of vehicle do you need to get you around, take vacation? Is it just in town, get to work, whatever that may be, as well as number 2 is what are your wants? I know a lot of times wants may outweigh the needs, but there's that line that you have to keep in mind to try to come up with that balance in your situation, what works out best for you. Question number 3 to keep in mind and ask yourself is what type of budget are you going to be on, put yourself on, that isn't going to stretch you too thin from month to month, and that you'll be able to get by if one month is kind of tough. Because we all know life happens, and nobody wants to overextend themselves on a vehicle. Question number 4, what type of risk do you want? Are you willing to take a risk on a pre-owned vehicle, pre-owned, used, new to you, whatever you want to refer to it as, or is a new vehicle the better option for you? So keep those 4 questions in mind. Go over some of the differences as far as looking at buying a new vehicle, whether it's a new car, truck, SUV, and then on the used side as well. So one of the first advantages of buying a new vehicle is obviously the latest tech. Most vehicles now come with Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, so you can plug your phone into the USB and everything is controlled right from your steering wheel. So when you plug it in, it will change the screen. If it has the capability to have a touch screen, it will change to an iOS looking screen, or Android Auto is a little different, but it'll come up with the icons. Also, the newer vehicles, standard Bluetooth, have that in all the vehicles. Depending on the age of the vehicle that you're looking at, on the used side may not have Bluetooth capability, and want to be as safe as possible, so absolutely look for something like that. Kind of tying into that, number 2 advantage is the advanced safety features. So for example, the 2017 Ford F-150 that I'm sitting in today has blind spot monitoring, so it'll have an icon that will flash in the mirror on either side when somebody is in your blind spot. It will have the adaptive cruise control, so you don't always have to slow down or step on the brake. You set it on the steering wheel in the settings, and it will help maintain that gap, as well as a lane departure warning, because we all know that especially long drives, we may get tired, eyes get fatigued and drift off. Well, the lane departure warning on a lot of the safety features will do some type of either chime noise, vibration on the seat to help let you know that you're drifting, and some of them even have the lane keep assist as well. Number 3 advantage is fuel efficiency. Everybody is striving to do the best they can to make their vehicles as efficient as possible. The new trucks and SUVs today are getting much better fuel economy than their used counterparts that are, even as new as 2 or 3 years or 10 years. So that fuel efficiency is steadily improving, and like I mentioned, will outperform a lot of the other vehicles. Number 4, built-in warranty. All new vehicles come with some type of built-in warranty. For example, I'll use the F-150 I'm sitting in again, has a 3-year, 36,000 mile manufacturer warranty, as well as a 5-year, 60,000 mile on the powertrain. That there's no additional cost like there would be with a used vehicle where you have to buy an extended warranty if it doesn't have some type of warranty still available. Advantage number 5 is it's easier. Ultimately, it's easier to find a new vehicle compared to a used vehicle, because with them being new, there's going to be more of them out there, more available. So you can build it online and bring it into us, tell us, say, here, this is what I want, find it. Or we can order straight from the factory. There's a few week delay from the time we put it in to the time they build it and ship it to us. And if we have one that we can locate with one of our other stores, I mean, we can, we trade with dealerships all the time. Doesn't have to be anywhere here in town or even in this state. We dealer trade with multiple dealers. If there's something that you guys are looking for, by all means, please let us know, put us to work. We have no issue with that. Advantage number 6 is rebates and incentives. A lot of times, there'll be promotions, rebates, incentives on a lot of the new cars, trucks, SUVs. I know a lot of the ones that people look forward to is the 0% financing for so many months. Keep in mind that, you may not get all the rebates that fall into that category if you take the 0%, but that could significantly lower the monthly cost of the payment and get you pretty close to a used counterpart of the vehicle you're looking at. So I like to throw that out there, and you guys just keep that in mind. And finally, number 7 is the wear and tear. You don't have to worry about wear and tear on a new vehicle because there is none. For example, the truck I'm sitting in right now has 23 miles on it. So there's been no wear and tear on it. Nobody's driven it. There's been no accidents, no repairs, anything like that. Some of the disadvantages of purchasing a new vehicle, they are more costly than a used counterpart can be on average. Like I said, on average, just because they're new vehicles. They have the built-in warranty, little to no miles on them, so they are going to be high price, which kind of ties back into the rebates and incentives that I just mentioned. There can potentially be higher sales tax with a newer vehicle because the overall cost of the vehicle is more, so there's the potential to pay higher sales tax. Number 3, higher depreciation. All the stats that I looked at, it looks like the average is about 10 to 20% depreciation within the first year of owning a new vehicle. I looked at some that were a little higher, but the average, like I mentioned, 10 to 20%, and that's standard because driving that vehicle off the lot with 23 miles on it, it will depreciate. Keep that in mind. And that's one of the things that helps tie into the leases, like I did a topic on a couple episodes back, the advantages of buying a lease versus purchasing a vehicle. So make sure you guys go back, check out that episode as well. Disadvantage number 4, there is potential for higher insurance because it's a new vehicle. So being a new vehicle, more expensive, it will be along with that sales tax, higher insurance as well. So moving on to the advantages of purchasing a used, pre-owned, new to you, like I said, whatever you guys want to call it, however you want to refer to it, just pick one. First advantage is less depreciation, because you're not the first owner of that vehicle. You may be the second owner or fourth owner, who knows. A lot of that depreciation is going to be eaten up within the first few years of the original owner having that vehicle. So there's going to be less depreciation that you'll have to worry about looking at a used vehicle. Number two, lower sales tax, insurance, and tags. Because you're paying a lower amount for the vehicle, there's going to be less sales tax. Insurance typically will run a little bit cheaper because it's a pre-owned vehicle. And your tags, when you get it registered, of course, this will vary by state that you live in. Here in Kansas, when you take your tags down there, you have to pay every year to renew your tags. So those will typically run a little bit cheaper because it's a pre-owned vehicle. Advantage number three is lower payments. On average, pre-owned vehicles will cost less, so your payment will be less. And keep in mind, what I forgot to mention with both these is there will be money down that a lot of lenders will like to see. So even with that lower payment on the pre-owned vehicle, the down payment may be less. Or if you want to put more down on a pre-owned vehicle, that can take you from looking at a used Ford Fusion, for example, to a used Ford Edge. Sit up a little bit higher. If it's front wheel drive, all wheel drive, you get more space, more cargo. And if you're willing to put more money down and still get in the same payment range, might be something you would consider. All right, now moving on to the disadvantages of buying a used vehicle. The wear and tear. I know there's an old adage that a lot of people like to bring up. We hear it all the time in the car business. I don't want to inherit somebody else's problem. We get a lot of that, and we try to do the absolute best we can, running them through the service, doing recon on them, and fix as much as we possibly can. Keep in mind, not every dealer can fix everything that's wrong, because then you're going to be asking more for a used vehicle and potentially pricing yourself out of the market, and you're either not going to sell it or you're going to lose money selling it or even sending it to auction and taking that risk. But we try to do as best we can. Typically, if there's a major problem with it, something that we don't feel is safe selling it, we are not going to put it out on the lot. We will wholesale those to some of our wholesalers, and we will just get rid of them because we don't want to pass that headache on to you guys. Disadvantage number two, repair costs may be higher. There's a potential for that because there may not be a factory warranty left on a used vehicle. That's why we offer extended warranties and service contracts. Justin here at John North Ford does an exceptional job with going over everything, what it covers, what it runs, and how long it will go for, whether it's years or miles, to really put everybody at ease. And ultimately, like I said, we are here to help you guys out because our name is on this vehicle, and we want to do the best we can to help you guys get in a better situation. Disadvantage number three, no two used vehicles are the same. I just ran into this past weekend with a customer. I had two 2015 Ford Explorers, and they were equipped very, very similar. One was a Sport, one was a Limited. They were equipped very, very similar. One had more miles on it. So obviously that brings the price down a little bit. But you know, there's always going to be subtle differences, whether it's color, whether it's equipment, whether it's seating, you know, like a bench seat in an SUV versus the bucket seat. So you've got the pass through to the third row. So no two vehicles are going to be the same, and they can be much harder to come across and locate. And I know that people think that it's a line, it's a stereotype that, you know, we have somebody else looking, or if you're interested in it, we always ask put money down to hold it so we can pull it off the lot, because I've had it happen multiple times where people wanted to go home, think about it overnight, and they come back the next day, 2 days later, whatever the case may be, and that vehicle was sold because there was no hold money on it, so we put it back out on the lot for sale. And disadvantage number 4 is, you know, with the used vehicles, there may be some that aren't financeable. So if it's an older vehicle, a higher mileage vehicle, especially if you're a first-time car buyer and don't have enough credit established, you may fall into that category, which I've seen several times, that, you know, somebody has their heart set on a specific SUV or specific truck, but because of the age and the miles on it, they don't qualify for it, can't get finance for it because they're a first-time car buyer. So keep that in mind, and make sure that if you have any questions, you please reach out to me, call me, ask me, and I'm gonna go over the 4 questions again to keep in mind when you're looking for a new or used vehicle. Question number 1, what are your needs? Question number 2, what are your wants? Like I mentioned, your wants may outweigh your needs, so that's a fine line that you have to try to be aware of. Question number 3, what type of budget are you on or wanting to stay within? As I mentioned, you don't want to stretch yourself too thin on a car payment on something you want versus something that you need that would just get you by for, you know, maybe a couple years. And finally, question number 4, what type of risk do you want to take with a pre-owned vehicle? Because it is a pre-owned vehicle, that's why we always recommend an extended warranty of some type to help you guys out and help you offset some of those costs that may come up. Again, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to give me a call, 620-794-1032. Again, 620-794-1032, or visit mattjohnsonsales.com and shoot me an email over from there. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode, enjoyed all the other episodes I've done. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and tell me what you like, what you don't like, or if there's a topic that you've run into car shopping recently or in the past that you would like me to talk about and discuss. Would love to do that. Love to get some feedback from you guys. So make sure you leave some comments. Check it out. Check out the other episodes. You can find them all on YouTube under my Car Confessions playlist. Just look up Matt Johnson Sales in YouTube, or if you go directly to my website, mattjohnsonsales.com, it'll be right there on the main page. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for checking it out, and I will see you guys next episode. Take care.